get away with it. You think the light won't be ever lit. It's almost over now, almost over now. Something on your chest, better get it off. There'll be no one left when we set it off. We ain't gonna take it no more, since it's almost over now, almost over now. You had plenty of time, there was no rush, but it was your dream to be like us. You're in dreamland, so you don't care. And as you wait, we're standing there. Can't be me, I'm a rock star. I'm rhyming on the top of a cop's car. I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel. It's almost over now, it's almost over now. I guess you ain't heard that we swallow guys. It's too damn late to apologize. When you see the mantle, look when you see the time. It's almost over now, almost over now. You think that you don't have to ever quit. You think that you can get away with it. You think the light won't be ever lit. It's almost over now, almost over now. Something on your chest, better get it off. There'll be no one left when we set it off. We ain't gonna take it no more, since it's almost over now, almost over now. Just better get it off. Yeah. Set it off. Look, it's almost over now, almost over now. You don't succeed, cause you hesitate. You think we're flying, but we levitate. Just be yourself, don't ask us why. Cause if you don't, can't be me, I'm a rock star. I'm rhyming on the top of a cop's car. I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel. It's almost over now, almost over now. I guess you ain't heard that we swallow guys. It's too damn late to apologize. When you see the mantle and when you see the sky, it's almost over now, almost over now. You think that you don't have to ever quit. You think that you can get away with it. You think the light won't be ever lit. It's almost over now, almost over now. Something on your chest, better get it off. There'll be no one left when we set it off. We ain't gonna take it no more, since it's almost over now, almost over now. You can't be me, I'm a rock star. I'm rhyming on the top of my car. I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel, I'm a rebel. It's almost over now, it's almost over now. I guess you ain't heard that we swallow guys. It's too damn late to apologize. When you see the mantle or when you see the sky, it's almost over now, almost over now. No one ever really dies. Do you believe that? Well, if not, for you, it's almost over now, almost over now.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock
Around,
That's right.
on time.
It's tricky.
Here we go. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. It's tricky, 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 tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. Tricky, tricky. I met this little girlie. Her hair was kinda curly. Went to her house and out. I had to leave real early.
These girls are really, all they just say is, or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy.
It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky.
How is it, D?
It's tricky, tricky, tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. Tricky, tricky. In New York, the people talking try to make us rhyme. They really hawk, but we just walk because we have no time.
And in the city, it's a pity, cause we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside.
It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky.
How is it, D?
Tricky, 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 tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. Tricky, 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 huh?
When I wake up, people take up mostly all of my time. I'm not singing funky.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading him out is their 6'3" quarterback, the third overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be knocked to the turf right there as he gets it up to the 43. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Darnold. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up third down.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, 55 yards. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And a year ago when he was drafted, it felt like central casting. Bo Nix coming to the NFL ready to roll, and he surpassed all expectations a season ago and threw for nearly 30 touchdown passes as a rookie. Fell just short with 29, but a huge piece of his team's future.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
Another run here with Darnold. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
First down. First and 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Nix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now it's Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one.
The Seahawks take over.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
From the end zone, here's Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Second down and 8. Darnold now to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cobb. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Now it's Darnold. There's a nice move. Walker showing the power. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Broncos' 47-yard line.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. To throw is Darnold. He finds Smith-Njigba. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now a 2nd and 10.
We're going to start.
He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 38 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch.
For Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On play action, here's Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Looking to put a drive together.
go, set. Set.
And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Though we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter, here's another good example.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw, here's Nix. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
We go, set.
Now Darnold. We'll get back to Charbonnet. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They're going to look to throw. Smith and Jigba with the ground. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Seahawks, 1st down. Gain of a yard. And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Go, set.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And the Broncos get there and take him down. John Franklin Myers. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
But this defense has to feel good because they've now brought down one of the faster quarterbacks in the game multiple times. That defensive unit, they're letting us all know they get paid too. They're no slouches themselves.
in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Set.
Off of play action, Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes there's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark it down at the 39. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll go play action with Nix. That's complete to Troutman right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Nix from the shotgun. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Second and a couple. Nix to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Broncos first down. First and goal.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Dobbins will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
On for the point after. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. Pat Surtain up to make the play.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense. Pick it up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
There's Charbonnet once again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
We go set.
Here's Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
They need 12 here. It's third down. Here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good. Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Nix. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brings up third and 10.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. Throwing Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Here's Horton. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Back to throw, Darnold.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Faking the give. Darnold. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Yards on the play. That's good for a Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Play action. It's Darnold. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Seattle.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
13 more yards. That's another Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. And this one is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun is Nix. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Boye Mafe. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, They've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Now off the bootleg, Darnold in trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Darnold now to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a 1st down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the 1st down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And here's a quick throw out to Mims. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. The 20. 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 50 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17.
Broncos 13.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And he'll be
stopped up at the 25.
Well, the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now Darnold. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, it looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
A 49-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Y'all got to pump my taste. Y'all can't pump my basic.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. He's up near 100 yards now here in the 2nd quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
They'll be looking to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Nick's going to keep this himself. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Broncos. First down.
Sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
To throw, here's Nix. Quickly into the hands of Mims. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Nix to the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
This is taken at the 10. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Again, Charbonnet. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. We get another look now at this Broncos offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Broncos first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
Julian Love picks it.
And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise. To be kind, they accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one.
Fielded at the 33. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set.
Here's Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal calls will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll look to throw here.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Seahawks.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Off of play action, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. 20.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defense coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I've got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And another negative play there as they stop him again. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are back within a score. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Lutt's good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. After the touchdown, Lutt's to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And out now come the Seahawks. Last time out, they had the fumble that led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Under pressure, they got him again. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he's going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw, Darnold. Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. His big game continues. 10 catches now, and another first down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Again, Darnold. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Back to throw. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half,
and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Got him, man. That's Trent Sherfield. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Makes it 3rd and 6.
Now it's Nix. They set up the screen for Darnold. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Second down and a yard. Now a handoff to Charbonnet. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here we go, set.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Another Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now 3rd down and 7.
You're all set. Hey, set.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
On the tackle. A gain of 5 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's yards that both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
Here's Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Faking the give. Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Darnold now to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp from 10 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Set to take over. The Broncos offense trots back out. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing Nix. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Brandon, that just looked like a lot of confusion to me at the line of scrimmage. I don't think the offense had any idea of who was coming on the blitz and who was dropping off.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Horton. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Well, let's call that a less than ideal play on 1st down.
No doubt about that one, because that was a situation of just digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself, and it ended up a big-time loss.
Now it's Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bonito, his 2nd sack of the night, and that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
To throw is Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. So the Broncos coming out now. If you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
A short throw to Ingram. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Nix from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
To throw, here's Nix. They'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to the air with Nix. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said,
and a nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Darnold. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Here's Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Here's Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Denver's offense now set to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a handoff to Darnold. Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Darnold's going to take the handoff on the option.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Nix. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Partner, like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost. And then
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
the plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to throw, Darnold. Can't get away, and he's taken down. John Franklin Myers bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, want to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
Pass pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off of play action, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again.
24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Hold on, set. Ready.
Nix to the air. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now the Central Florida product, it's R.J. Harvey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. From the gun on third down, Nix. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. A little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
33-yard line.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
2nd and 15. And that's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win. can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Throwing on second and long. Darnold. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Nix. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. The backup Stidham, his first throw. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Well, he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
That'll be caught by Cup. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and goal, Seattle.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And it'll be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. CD, I know from working with you that you're about as old school as they come. Your thoughts on throwing that ball from the 1-yard line?
Yeah, I just got done walking my dinosaur, as you well know, and ordinarily I'm screaming, run the football from the 1-yard line. But if you are going to throw it, just take extra care. That didn't happen there, and they turned the ball over.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Stidham to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
But his linebackers just having one of those days where everything he does is working. I think you got to get a running back in there to help block, double team him, do whatever. Because right now, he's having a ball. Multiple sacks in this one, that one the quickest.
A short throw to Ingram. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We're going to side. Right side.
Darnold down to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Seahawks.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And that's going to do it. With that last throw, he surpasses Norm Van Brocklin's mark of 554 passing yards in one game, set more than 70 years ago, way back in 1951. He's had help from his offensive line and his receivers, but this has been an incredible individual performance. And with that last completion, folks, he now owns the NFL record for most passing yards in a single game.
Here we go, set. Set.
Throwing again is Darnold. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. He will push his way down to about the 14. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't pump my
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on. One through the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, that blitz had no problem finding its target, did it? Zone blitz. So the defensive linemen drop out instead of rushing the quarterback, and you replace them with linebackers or safeties. Throws off blocking assignments and throws off the reads of the quarterback. And that makes it difficult to complete a pass.
Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. Here's 3rd and 9.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 9.
Here's Stidham. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Taken from just outside the 30. Muscles him off. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
We're going to sack. Hey, sack.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
14.
It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt, you can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
At their own 12-yard line.
You know what it is. Take it to the house.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. The gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Stidham. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And Sutton will have the Broncos 1st down as he's up to the 24.
That's good for a Broncos. First down. 1st and 10.
Now it's Stidham. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards.
Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him. Leonard Williams bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's 3rd and 6.
Set go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Stidham. That'll be complete to Harvey. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now he's going to step up and run. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new, it worked there. Now it's Stidham. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Ernest Jones. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely 3rd down pass.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Liking 18.
Desperation time. Here's Ellinger. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
A gain of 16 yards.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Darnold. On the RPO, he'll keep it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Locke on the bootleg. Throw out wide to Walker. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for it, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a first and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Block off of play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A very costly sack there on third and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on fourth.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Locke now on third and goal. We'll try and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Stidham. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. So
fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
On the Seahawks 44-yard line.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Stidham. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Boye Mafe. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when...
This is caught inside the 15. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Bronco 80.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 4 yards out. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
The Seahawks offense had Jackson Smith and Jigba getting ready to go back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their own 46. Here's Walker to start the drive. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. If you can control this thing, get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll try to pick it up himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Hang on here. We got an injury. And, yeah, it's Cooper Kupp who's going to receive some attention following that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. He completes this to Walker. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
Here we go.
Here's Locke to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Stidham. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now Stidham. Complete at the one, but he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks, and it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Denver, good night, everybody.